What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Untamed. Yeah, boy. Coming at you live for another episode of the Man What Podcast. Man, what? I'm here with my favorite co-host, Khalil Jamal. You already know it go down every single time we touch this mic. What's up, man?
And you know that.
What's the deal, though?
Chilling, man. It's another beautiful life.
Life is life
in Las Vegas.
That's what's up,
life
man.
Is definitely life, man. Life
That's
is definitely life.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, man. It's good. Blessed. Can't complain.
That boy blessed up. That's good, man. I want to take this time out to thank all of our new fans, all of our new subscribers on all social medias, man. We've been going crazy.
And that's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. It's a lot.
We've been going crazy on all social media, so if you haven't, make sure you go ahead and follow us everywhere at Man What Podcast. Like I said, it's just going down. You feel me?
Yes.
Plenty of comments, plenty of feedback, and we thank all of the fans. Whether it's good or bad, we don't care. This platform is a place where you can come and you can just voice your opinions. Whether you agree or you disagree. And if you disagree, let us know down below. You know what I'm saying? Anything you disagree with, go ahead and talk your shit.
They're going to tell you on TikTok.
Your spot.
If they disagree on TikTok, they're going to tell you, my boy. For real.
Man, that's what's
they
up.
Do not give a damn.
That's what's up, because I don't either.
Yeah, shout out to the YouTube, and I've been seeing a lot more people comment on the YouTube like it's TikTok. So again, we appreciate all the engagement. We appreciate everybody, sharing their opinions, whether it's good or bad, whether it's on our side, not on our side. It's all about perspective with this thing. We come in here to say how we feel about things, and then hopefully engage y'all enough to where y'all say how y'all feel about things. That way the perspective is broadened. You know what I'm saying? This is not one of them podcasts where we only talk about Kendrick and we don't fuck with Drake. Nah, we fuck with Drake too. We fuck with Drake, we fuck with Kendrick, we fuck with everybody on that motherfucker. It's just we just say how we feel on this motherfucker. So if y'all feel how y'all feel, again, comment. I definitely want to figure out a way to have y'all involved in the podcast. Still figuring that out, but
you should go live on TikTok. One of these pods, man.
Shout out to TikTok, man.
We're gonna go live on the next podcast we do. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the live. Y'all gonna see my shit, and then the pod after that, Khalil gonna go live on the TikTok. So y'all gonna get to see like some type of behind the scenes content. So I think y'all fuck with that. That's cool though.
Man. But yeah, man. It's been a crazy week in hip hop for real. It's been a lot has been going on. Last time we talked, we was talking about Playboy Cardi. We talked a little bit about I want to say we talked about the Drake case. We talked about a few Kanye tweets, shit like that. But this week, we got Yella, Beezy on the docket. We got Bronny on the docket. We got Wale on the docket. We got Bron on the docket. Kyrie on the docket. New Ye album. And then we want to, before we start this, we want to send prayers and condolences out to Sauce Walker, who was shot in Memphis, and also Say So P. So before we rest in peace, Say So P.
Yeah, rest in peace. Never really heard of the guy too much. He was from Memphis, so I wasn't really up on his music, but I did hear the news. I seen it on Facebook. I was scrolling down. I seen Sauce Walker shot. I was like, what? Let me click the story real quick. And so turns out Say So P It looked. I don't know if a lot of y'all seen the video, which I'm sure most of y'all have. And it kind of looks like a hit. And I don't know if you've seen, but they actually found the dude, one of the dudes who did the shooting. The dumbass fucking. You know, there's cameras everywhere, so they followed them all the way till they got out of the car. And he's the only one who got out of the car with his mask off, and they identified him immediately. So he has a warrant out for his arrest. I don't know if he's arrested yet. But I'm sure more arrests are going to come in the death of SOP. So there will be some type of justice.
Yeah. So condolences to his family. Again, I've never heard of him, but to see anybody go out like that shit is just crazy. And an ambush attack.
Definitely a hit. I heard so. I'm hearing rumblings on our internet that the reason that SOP was gunned down in that way is because he stole $200K from somebody. I'm not sure how true it is. I heard that but I heard that he stole $200K and he was around the city flexing and showing big bags of money and shit like that. Mm-hmm. It just goes to a lot of y'all young dudes, bruh. You don't have to stunt like that. You know what I'm saying? Stunt on a vacation. Stunt. You know what I'm saying? Boosie said it best. It's you're more apt to die in your hometown, especially when you have some level of success and you popping it how they pop it, because you know how Sauce and TSF do it. They really pop that shit. So I think he was just falling in too much the braggadocious ways. And y'all gotta think, man, just because there's a whole bunch of people that you see on your social media that love you, man, it's niggas out there plotting on you, bro. So keep the flexing down to a minimum. Flex in different ways. You don't have to show your chains and your money and all that. You know what I mean? It's people that that really envy that type of shit. It's always the people that be with you the most that's gonna envy you the most. So y'all just watch your back.
And on top of that, if you're stealing money like $200K, like I know in the grand scheme of things, $200K is not a lot of money, but if you're talking about just you're taking that from somebody, that's a lot of money to finesse somebody for, and they're gonna want that money back, or they're gonna want, in the famous words of Pooh Shiesty, they're gonna want it back in blood, So, again, rest in peace. And if that is how he went out, that is sad and that's unfortunate, man, because that's just a wild way to live, to steal $200K from somebody and think that
that's fucking crazy.
They're not gonna want it back, or they're not gonna want some type of revenge,
or to just think that you're super gangster and that nobody can touch you. Like everybody can be touched, man. We seen it happen last year. A bullet whizzed by the president's ear, bro, for the president to be. You know what I'm saying? So if he can have a scare like that, then imagine somebody with less security and less all that type of shit. So
anybody can have a scare like that. That's not specific to street dudes. If you're somebody who is out here stealing, you're taking from people, and you're out in the open and you flexing with it, just know somebody might have an issue with you running about like that, taking what they feel like they've earned, So again, rest in peace to SOP. Condolences to Sauce Walker, because he got shot as well. He got shot in the leg, and he lost a friend, he lost a brother. So that's just an unfortunate situation. But I think it's a time in hip hop where a lot of shit is cracking down. Like, people are getting touched for the things they're doing. It's either street justice or it's actual cops, coming to, take a organization or a specific person down. I say that to lead us into the next topic of Yella Beezy, who was indicted for a murder for hire for 5 years ago for rapper Mo3. And they arrested him. It is a state case, so it's not local. I mean, it's not a Fed case. It's more so just a state case. But yeah, they arrested him. They had evidence leading to him being the guy who targeted Mo3 and had him killed. So again, you know, we see a case like this, I feel like every 3 or 4 months now. You know, I think when people get a certain amount of money, or they get a certain amount of status, and they're like, you know what, I can't do the murder, so I'm gonna have somebody do the murder for me. They think that kind of washes their hands clean because maybe they paid the guy in cash, or maybe they didn't talk to him on no phones. But the issue with that is, bruh, if they offered the hitman enough, if they put enough time in his face, he's gonna tell. It don't matter what you gave him. 20 bands don't last a lifetime. 30 bands don't last a lifetime. And I don't even think niggas is taking it for that much. I think niggas is doing it for the 7, the 8. But that shit don't last a lifetime. So when them cops is in your face and you got to pay for lawyers and they saying 40 years, 30 years, 40 this amount of years, they're going to tell who told them to do it. Because the thing with murder, you can kill somebody, right? And you'll go to jail for killing them. But in order to indict you, in order to convict you, they need a motive. You know what I'm saying? So Buddy, who killed Mo3, they're like, okay, you did it, but what was your motive? And they put, I forgot what amount of time they put in his face, but they put enough time in his face to be like, for him to start naming names. So, again, if you out here involved in the streets and rap, just know it is Hip Hop Police live and in effect. So,
and the crazy thing about this case is that rumblings around the streets is that when Yella Beezy got shot up and his car spent out and he was in the hospital, word around the streets is that Mo3 was the gunman behind that. And if you listen to a lot of Mo3's music, Mo3 was really bragging about shooting Yella Beezy or being behind the reason that he got shot. And I think that really, it played a real part in why Yella Beezy ultimately paid to get him killed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Imagine somebody shoot you down. They don't get caught for it. You're in the streets, so you can't tell. And they're bragging and they're bragging and they're bragging. We see this in drill music all the time. A lot of these YNs is shooting up shit, just getting on wax and bragging about it, which I think is like the stupidest thing. If you're fortunate enough to get away with some shit like this, some heinous shit like this, I don't think you should be bragging about it. What happened to the times when, you know what I'm saying, people was just silent. Lil Wayne said it the best. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. And I really think that nowadays people have lost their way, especially people that are in the streets. They want to continue to brag about certain situations that you can get locked up for. And I don't know if they think that they're not going to get locked up or if they just don't even care whether they get caught or not. It's just the principle of everything. You know what I'm saying? And the people that locked up Yella Beezy, they found that a few days after Mo3 was shot down on the highway, that he withdrew $40,000 from his account all at one time. And they're using that as one of the payments for the murder for hire plot. You know what I'm saying? So another thing is, like, if you are involved in some type of shit like this, murder for hire, be smart about the shit. Don't take the 100%. Money out of your account a few days later after the man is down. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of y'all just, the way that y'all move is just sloppy and garbage. And you could tell, like, just the way that a lot of these people are getting caught, you could tell it's just like a spur of the moment thing. You see a guy and they're just like, oh yeah, just get him. You know what I mean? No real thought process behind any of these senseless murders. It's more of just like, just get them out of the way and then I'll pay you. You know what I mean? Like, it's a certain way that you're supposed to move when you're involved in this type of shit. And I don't think a lot of these YNs and these people that are in the streets right now are really thinking about the repercussions to a lot of this shit. There's cameras everywhere. Your bank account can be traced. All of this shit has a paper trail behind it, and y'all aren't thinking about that shit. Y'all are just doing shit spur of the moment. And that's why all of y'all are getting caught, man. There's not too many people that are committing murders that are just out here free.
I mean, my
without
thing is,
somebody on that trail.
Think about any murder that has happened in hip hop in the past 10, 15 years. Everybody has been caught. Everybody. So there's no example of it happening and somebody not getting caught. Nipsey, if you want to talk about that, his killer was caught. Dolph, Fulio, XXX. Like, it doesn't matter who you name, all of the murders have been solved. And what I'm saying is, you're talking about people who do this professionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, they solve crimes professionally. You know, so they're pulling cameras, they're pulling footage, they're pulling phone records, they're pulling all these things that can trace yourself back to the murder. You know, pulling $40,000 out of your account a couple days after a man gets murdered, that raises suspicion. That raises a lot of suspicion. You know, and then if you got somebody that's gonna tell, that's another one. I mean, I guess if you want to say Thug, he's an example of somebody who got off, but did Thug really get off? He's 15 years probation. That means if he fucks up just a little, he's going back to jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, there's just no example of it happening, and then the person who did it getting off scot-free. This isn't the 90s. This isn't Biggie. This isn't Tupac. The world has technologically advanced. Even though those murders were like 28, 29 years ago, the world has advanced damn near 100-fold since then. You know what I'm saying? So there's just no way that you can get away with a crime like that. Like, they're gonna find you. Like, you would literally have to commit the perfect crime. The perfect crime. And a lot of y'all aren't perfect. Like, people are flawed. A lot of y'all aren't career criminals. So you're gonna fuck up. They're gonna find you. You're gonna get 40 bands, cool. But now that 40, but by the time they catch you, you probably done blew like past that 40 bands. Like, I highly doubt the guy who got that 40 bands from Yella Beezy still has any of that money. It's been 5 years later.
Who's gonna pay his lawyer now? Who's gonna pay his lawyer? Who's gonna put money on his books? You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people that get in these situations and you do end up killing somebody for somebody else, once you get caught and you get in jail, you start to sit and reflect and realize, damn, this motherfucker ain't even putting no money on my books. This motherfucker's out and he's enjoying life, and I'm over here in a cage.
And when I had that 40 bands, I threw him a little 3, 4, 5. You feel me? Like, with the ease, I didn't even think twice. But now that I'm in this box, I ain't hear from Buddy no more. I ain't hear from old girl no more. I ain't hear from. So I just want a lot of y'all young niggas to take this into consideration, bro. Like, you doing crime for money, but when you behind them bars, motherfuckers is gonna act like they never met you, like they don't know you, and that you're fucking crazy. Why would I ever associate with this person? That's how they gonna play it. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, people celebrate crimes in music, but in real life, when it's behind the music and it's real life and there's real life ramifications behind the shit that's being done in this music, you're on your own. Nobody's gonna do time for you. They're not. Nobody's gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna stand with my guy. I'm gonna go do that time. I'm gonna pay this 5 bands. I'm gonna pay for his lawyer. I'm gonna put money on his commissary. You ask any of them niggas in jail how often they get something put on their commissary. I bet you'll be shocked at the answer. And I bet you'll be shocked that the answer is rarely. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you doing that time, you doing that time alone.
Yep.
Niggas ain't finna come up to that jail and see you. Especially black people, bro. We don't want to go visit nobody in jail. That's just facts. We just don't fuck with that environment. So, you know, it is disappointing because in the end you lose 2 extremely talented individuals because of some shit that happened in the streets. Mo3 was an extremely talented guy. You know what I'm saying? Yella Beezy had super hits, you know, in his career time. Like, That's On Me. Like, I was looking up That's On Me the other day on YouTube, bro. That shit has like 300 million plays on YouTube. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So both of these guys had promising careers ahead of them. You know, it's just the street shit sometimes puts a damper on that, because when real issues arise, these niggas don't give a fuck about this career. They like, nigga, I gotta stand on my 2, I gotta stand on my nuts. This nigga shot me, got away with it, start bragging about it, and it's making me look weak in the streets. I gotta get him back. That's how they rocking, you know. So it's unfortunate because, again, 2 people. I don't know if both of these gentlemen have if any of these gentlemen had kids, but I'm sure they had families.
They both have kids.
You know what I'm saying? Like kids lose their fathers, mothers lose their sons, sisters and brothers lose their brother. You know what I'm saying?
Whether just a continuous cycle.
Yeah, so whether it be physical or the fact that one of them is in prison now and will be in prison for, you know, a good amount of time if he's convicted. So, you know, it just goes to show you, man, this music shit is just not entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's not just entertainment. It may be entertaining for the people on the internet, or, you know, it may be entertaining for people who are completely detached from this. But if you got people that are close to you, if you got people that are involved in this shit, it's not a game. You know, it's a cyclical and a sick cycle. You know, so again, rest in peace to Mo3, and yeah, I just pray for the families, man, because at the end of the day, this is something that happens on a regular in hip hop, and this is not the last time we'll see something like this. You know, hopefully it's not as frequent as we've been seeing it, but, you know, another case will happen, you know. So just wanna move forward past.
Before we go to the next story, I want to talk about this fight. I don't know if you heard about it, but Maxo Cream and D Flowers just got into a fight. That's what I'm going to get into. So anybody, if y'all seen this clip, both of them got online talking about, oh, I beat the other dude up, and oh yeah, I put the paws on Maxo talking about Maxo Mayweather and all of this other type of shit. And when you really see the fight, bruh, it ain't nothing but like a fucking 10-second put your head down and windmill punch. And a bunch of grabbing, right? Now, hats off to these dudes for putting the guns down and getting a squabbling. Yeah. Hats off to these dudes for getting in the ring and squabbling, right? But I heard that they were fighting over a girl, which is kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people around. I feel like it could have went south, because there was a whole bunch of extra people involved around the fight. And I'm glad it didn't go that way. But
Yeah,
Maxo,
no, for sure.
D Flowers, get the fuck offline. Y'all do not have to get online and talk about this shit. Y'all both look goofy. We seen the footage. Nobody beat up nobody. If anything, it was a tie. Y'all both didn't get nothing. Y'all didn't get nothing off.
You know what though? I'm not mad at that though. I'm not.
Me either.
Maybe not with the cameras around. I don't really rock with the cameras being around. But if y'all wanted to get y'all ones behind whatever y'all was trying to get y'all ones behind, I'm cool with that. Like, don't kill each other over the bitch. Like, come on, bruh. Like, that ain't P. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got squabble over the bitch, cool. Get your squabble on. You feel me? But if it comes to like murder, death, then it's cool, bruh. Like what the main thing that thing shows me right there is that both of these gentlemen, it's a young nigga thing to do, right? But the fact that y'all chose to squabble rather than shoot it out lets me know both of y'all have OGs.
Yeah.
Both of y'all have people behind y'all that's like, hey, if you gotta take it there, then just fight, bruh. Don't take it to where, you know, it's something that's finite as shooting somebody and taking their life.
Yep, you live to see,
you know
another
what I'm saying?
day, man.
You live to see another day. Everybody lives to see another day. And then in 2, 3, 4 years, bro, y'all look back at that shit and laugh. For real.
Yeah,
like I feel like some of the
later.
Yeah, bro. So don't let the bitch crash y'all out, bro. Like that's again, that shit not P. That I ain't boxing or shooting over a bitch. You feel me? So, but if y'all gotta fight it out, then I understand that. I understand that for shit show. So,
not too much to see though. Y'all go and watch that video and y'all comment down below. Who you think
I
won?
seen a niggas was wrapping each other up, trying to overpower each other. You know what that shit look like? That shit look like two defensive backs.
The most damage
looked like he was blocking for Brady
was to the Charger that they was fighting
on.
It was a big ass dent in there. Ain't nobody was beat up. Ain't nobody had no black eyes. Whatever. So
nigga walked up to.
It was pointless. It was pointless if you ask me. It was pointless. It was a pointless squabble.
Look, nigga walked up to the car like, look at my roof. Look at my roof.
No cap, because the dude in the car tried to back it all the way up, and they still got by the car. I know he was like, "Dang, this a motherfucker! Like, I just got this goddamn car, and y'all fucking fighting over my shit. Hey, who gonna pay for this dent? I bet you ain't none of them gonna pay for this dent, though. I tell you that.
Nah, ain't nobody paying for that dent. Nah, they'll shoot him.
Oh God. They'll shoot him over that, but just a little lightheartedness. It was a funny fight. It was cool though. I'm glad that they squabbled up instead of shooting.
I'm glad to see niggas squabbling.
That's
again.
good.
Shout out to squabbles. You know what I'm
shout out to squabbling, man. What happened to that? See, now when I see a YN, I'm already clutching. I'm clutching before they clutching because I already know that ain't no fighting going on nowadays. So it's actually refreshing to see a good old squabble, a good old head up, fist to fist, knuckle to knuckle. Squabble. We ain't really seen a good street squabble in a little minute. You know what I mean?
It's been a minute. It's been a while.
The things that we see on social media is killings and shootings, and somehow somebody always records that too. So, man, put the guns down, put the fists up. Okay,
squabble up.
Did you another story? This goes back to Memphis. Did you hear about that pastor that got shot by a lady? He got shot and killed by a lady over a religious argument.
No, I ain't hear about that.
Okay, so I'm not sure about all the names in it, but it is a prestigious pastor. He approached a lady. I guess she disagreed with some of the stuff that he was preaching about. She was following him. He stops his truck. He gets out, and he's walking up to her, and she's basically backing up, recording, saying, "Man, I'm gonna take 3 steps back. I'm gonna take 3 steps back, and I guess he ran up and grabbed her camera, to which she replied with gunning him down, right? And the lady has been charged with murder.
Rest in peace, that brother.
Yeah, rest in peace to that pastor. She has been charged with murder. She has $100,000 bond out right now, and the county is really gonna go hard on her, because a lot of the people that are gonna be the final say in her outcome were friends with this pastor and actually did a couple events and sat on boards with the pastor. So, I just want to say we live in some crazy times, because how could you shoot your pastor? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with gun violence?
I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't know if the argument was recorded. The full argument was recorded.
His name is Ricky Floyd. Ricky Floyd.
Shooting somebody over religious views just seems a little odd.
Yeah. So the pastor's name was Ricky Floyd, a Memphis pastor.
Rest in peace to Ricky Floyd, man. That's an unfortunate way to go.
I just thought that was just crazy, and just the fact that you could shoot your pastor is just, man, the world is in a crazy pocket right now. I don't know if we're gonna climb about this shit, but put the guns down, man. Anyway,
it's definitely in a crazy pocket. I do want to say this though. Speaking of the church, Marvin Sapp, nigga, you gotta stop it. I don't know if you heard about this story, but a video resurfaced from 2024 of Marvin Sapp basically asking his congregation to donate $40,000, and he told the ushers to close the door. So basically, they wasn't letting nobody out until they donated $40,000. And I just want to say,
wow,
that's the type of stuff that keeps people away from the church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are trying to force yourselves in people's pockets.
That's crazy.
We're literally in a time where people don't have money. You know what I'm saying? People are broke. People are struggling. People are, stressed about where their next meal or their next check is going to come from. So for you to close the doors to your church and say nobody's leaving until we have $40,000, Marvin Sapp, you need to stop it, my nigga. That's craziness. And that's the type of predatory behavior that people talk about when it comes to the church, and why they don't congregate at the church anymore. That's why you see a lot more people not believing in God. That's why you see a lot more people not believing in Jesus, is because the people who are supposed to be representing what it is are always turning out to be corrupt.
Yeah, we've seen it with a couple of other pastors. Remember that one that was in New York who was coming to work and the finest of Gucci linens, and fucking he even staged a robbery. You know what I'm saying?
Had a Rolls Royce, all types of shit.
Yeah. So
and again, that's just the type of predatory behavior that makes people stray away from the church, and it's in a time where a lot less people are believing in God. You know what I'm saying? I read an article where, in 1990, I think they said like 90% of it was a high amount of people believed in Christianity, to where now it's dramatically dropped. Like, I think they said it's like 65% now, like some big drop off. And I think it's because so much corruption has been exposed. Whether you want to talk about the Catholic Church, whether you want to talk about Christians,
that's the devil infiltrating a lot of these holy places.
100%. And I just think that, when you got people in position, or if you are in position, your position is so important for you to be as stand up as possible, because people are already ready to denounce the church, denounce what it could bring, the good it brings, you know, and I just think on a mass scale, if you have a mass amount of people not believing in God, it's dangerous because there's a function to religion and there's a function to faith.
It brings peace and tranquility.
It keeps people in order. It keeps people it puts like a the word is being lost on me right now, but it gives people a moral compass. You know, if you have a whole bunch of people who just don't believe in anything, then the moral compass is shot to shit. Like nobody cares.
I think we're seeing a lot of this in the streets. We're seeing a lot of 100%. This shit. I think it's that's one of the biggest places that we can see it reflecting on. Without the church, a lot of these young dudes and young females that are in the streets are shooting and killing each other with no remorse. You know what I'm saying?
Game.
No remorse for the family, no remorse for the person that they're shooting and killing. And just like when they get caught, it's just, yep, I did it. So what? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think that can happen on an even larger scale. If we continue this trend of a lot of these pastors and a lot of these people who are supposed to be religious chiefs only doing it for the money. Greed.
1,000%.
Greed.
Clout.
Yeah. Which also goes to greed. A lot of these people are greedy, and I just think it's the devil, man. It's the devil infiltrating these places and making them look a certain way, so that people stray away from God.
100%, and I think it's working effectively because you just see it. Like you see a lot less people being involved in the church. You see a lot less people being involved in the faith. You see a lot more people using religious fixtures as fashion or they're denouncing it. Like, you know, you might have somebody rocking upside down crosses, or you might have somebody, you know what I'm saying, just doing things that they don't even know has evil implications. So, you know, the more we progress in the world, the more you see the divides start to happen. And I just think that if you're in the position at the church, Marvin Sapp, like you are, you have a responsibility that's just as great as, like, let's just say a public official, because that's what you are. You know, people are ready to see the fact that you finesse somebody, and then they want to call you the next Creflo Dollar, or they want to call you Joel Osteen. Like you're like, all these church people are predatory. And if I'm already poor, you think I'm gonna come to church to then give you what I don't have? No. You know, so I just think you got to be careful when you're doing stuff like that, and that's the type of stuff that gets people away from the church. So shame on you, Marvin Sapp. That was some Lord forgive me, that was some hoe shit. That's some hoe shit. So we about to move forward from that, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to kill Buddy too much, because, you know, in the church, you know, they offer forgiveness, and, you know, maybe you did the wrong thing. But
getting into this next topic, man, what are we going to talk about now?
Man, Bronny James. We're going to take it to something a little bit more lighthearted. Yo, Bronny James has been showing some good signs that he's going to be something in the league, man. He played against the Bucks on the Lakers. Obviously, this was not a G League game. I want to get to the G League game, but he scored 17. He went 7 for 10. It was a career high, 4 assists, and I believe like 5 rebounds or something like that. So
yeah,
shout out to Bronny, man. Just he's out there. He's playing like he just looks a lot more fearless out there. He looks like he's getting into his bag. He's getting comfortable. So for everybody who killed us for saying that he should be in the league, hey, y'all are seeing now that he's adjusting and he's adjusting well. This nigga, he's going at it with Giannis. He don't give a damn, bruh. He out there playing like nigga his life depends on it. So I just wanted to send a quick shout out to Bronny James, man, because I think he got put in the cage with the wolves and he's learning how to adapt. You know what I'm saying? So much so that he's going back to the G and making them niggas look like bums. The other night he dropped 39 on niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy. And I will say I was one of the ones who was kind of skeptical about Bronny being on the floor for the actual Lakers. I personally did believe that he belonged in the G League, and I don't think that him showing out now is besides my point. I think that he needed to be there for a little while, acquiesce to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Practice a little bit more, and then come out. You know what I'm saying? And the last time he came out, he scored 17. Yeah. So, you know, he is becoming a good player. And like I said, I don't think it contradicts what I said before. I just thought he needed more practice. You know what I'm saying? And now he's getting more practice, and now he's becoming what we hoped he'd become. You know what I'm saying? He still has a long way to go, though. It's going to take more than a game or two, you know? He's balling on these G League players. Okay. That's what I expect from him. Like, he's LeBron's son. He's not like Jordan's son who was garbage. You know what I'm saying? He's LeBron's son. LeBron raised him the right way. LeBron gave him all the best trainers and stuff like that. So I think that him showing out in the G League is what he's supposed to be doing right now. I feel like if he would have waited one more year and he would have been in college, I feel like that's where he would have really, really shined, and he would have been able to score 39 playing with college kids. Because I think that the college circuit has better competition than the G League, and I say that because a lot of those top tier players that are going to be in the next draft are going to come from college. Yeah, you know what I'm 100%. Saying? They have more to prove as 100%. Opposed to somebody who's in the G League. There are those people who want to come out of the G League, but a lot of them are just content. They're like, you know, we're still professional players. You know what I'm saying? So I made it type shit, you know. But I feel like a lot of the people in college still have a lot to prove, and I think that they ball just a little bit harder than a lot of the people in the G League. So shout out to Bronny. I'm not surprised by what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I just think he just needs a little bit more practice in the G League. Let me see a whole season of these type of big stats, you know. Pop him out every once and again on the floor so that he can play with his dad. But I think that if they pop him out a couple more times and he actually produces, like as far as 15 and 5 and 5, you know what I'm saying? If he actually can be a solid teammate on the Lakers, then put him out there. You know what I mean? But he is getting the practice that we said that he needed. So I think it's showing.
I agree with that. And I just think we're, like, as fans of the NBA, we're spoiled by the fact that sometimes we get superstars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we're spoiled by the fact that we might get a Bron. We're spoiled by the fact that we might get a Steph. We're spoiled by the fact that we might get a, you know, whoever, a Kyrie, or this, that. But your average player in the NBA does take time to adjust to the NBA, and then like years into their career, 3-4 years into their career, then we're like, oh shit, like this nigga's actually cold. Yeah. And I think that's kind of the same thing with Bronny, right? Where like he has signs of somebody who could be a good role player, somebody who could be a good player in the NBA. It's just, unfortunately, you're LeBron's son, so we're expecting LeBron from you. You know what I'm saying?
Immediately.
Yeah. You know, so,
a lot of pressure.
And that's a lot of pressure. But, that's just unrealistic. You feel me? Like, they had two totally different upbringings. Bron was playing for Bron was playing for his life, damn near. Bronny is playing because he loves the game, you know. So I just think Bronny's one of those players who it takes time to develop him. It's gonna take time for him to kind of come into his own. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, he had the health scare a couple years ago, so he looked like, and a lot of people seen it. A lot of people seen that he looked like he was playing a kind of timid out there, like he was afraid that, you know, maybe something might happen because, you know, he had that thing happen a couple years ago. But now he's out there, he's aggressive. He's going towards the rim. He doesn't care if he bumps into you. He doesn't care if you foul him. You know what I'm saying? He's out there really playing some bully ball, you know, and it's good to see from Bronny. It's good to see somebody. It's good to see a young black man get his confidence in his field back. You know what I'm saying? Because again, Bronny don't have to hoop. He's hooping literally for the love of the game, my nigga. Like,
yeah,
he does not.
And I think that plays a big part in it, and I think that we see that in his development, that he really loves the game because with all this pressure and all these talks and Stephen A on your ass every night, it could take a toll on any young basketball player's mind. Yeah, maybe an OG would be able to, a vet would be able to, you know, hush the noise. But I think the love for the game really shows with Bronny. He has gotten better, and he just needs the skills. I feel like he already has the basics, but now he needs to really hone on his shooting. He needs to really hone on, just like you said, the contact, the it's a different level when you hit the NBA because these are the best players in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like once he gets used to, because it's just like with anything, if you work at it, if you already have a certain level of brilliance in a certain field, the more you practice, the better you become, and then you become a professional, and then you become a scholar, or you know what I'm saying? It's the same way as anything else. And I feel like he has all the tools to be successful. He just got to work on them. He got to get used to it. It's just like when you start a new job. When you first get there, you're kind of timid. You're kind of like, you don't really know your role. You don't really know everything that you're supposed to do. You just know the basics. But then once you're there for a year, you damn near own the place. You know what I'm saying? 2 years, you damn near fucking walking in this bitch like, you know what I mean? Like, I know exactly what to do. Everybody knows me, blah, 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 blah. So it's the same way for the NBA. Exactly. And I feel like he's starting to learn, oh shit, oh this is the move that everybody does in the NBA. Okay. Oh, this is the defense that everybody uses, you know. Oh, this is how you stand when somebody's doing this certain crossover. Oh, you know what I mean? And then it's like he already has the basketball mind, so it just has to click. He has to be hands on. And I think the G League is like, he of course he's one of the best players in the G League because Bronny is made up to be an NBA player, and now that he's figuring out the gameplay, I feel like Bronny has a high ceiling. You know what I'm saying?
He does.
As long as he doesn't get hurt and he just keeps on working at it, I think by next year, the year after that, Bronny will be a actual valuable player in the NBA.
And just closing on this, I remember Kobe said something that I think is happening with Bronny as well. So Kobe was like, when he got to the league, he thought it would be way more competitive than it was. But he realized a lot of the dudes got to the league because they wanted to get rich. And when they got there, they didn't do the work. So I think he's looking at it like, oh, a lot of y'all don't really do the work like I do because y'all are just happy to be rich. I've been rich my entire life. Like, my entire life, my dad has been one of the richest men in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, when y'all go out and y'all hit the club and y'all do this and y'all do that and y'all go here, I'm in the gym. I'm at home, I'm watching film. I wake up, I go to the gym, I work out, I treat my body right, I put the right things in my body, and if I'm doing this on a consistent basis, eventually I'm going to start to eclipse you because we're just interested in
hard work beats talent every time.
Exactly. And that's where I think Bronny's going to really shine. I think his work ethic is going to really shine through because I don't think he's as impressed with fame as a lot of other basketball players are because he's been famous his entire life. You know,
Yeah.
so
and his dad is one of the most famous people in sports.
Nigga,
you know
ever.
what I mean? So
ever. LeBron is so famous. Niggas done created a genre of LeBron music. Have you been seeing this shit?
Never seen that.
Bruh, it's niggas online making LeBron songs. Like R&B songs, nigga. It's a new genre of music of niggas just making songs that praise LeBron. It's the funniest shit ever. Y'all probably seen the little R&B joint that's going viral right now. Where
I seen that.
LeBron James. LeBron.
Hey, that's nasty
James.
Work. That's nasty.
But again, that just goes to show you, like how influential and how famous LeBron really is. So Bronny's not really worried about all the hoopla that comes with being in the NBA as far as like the fame and the money. I've been around this. This is just my life at this point. You know, so I think if he locks in, he continues to lock in the way he's been locking in, and you know, continuing to tap in with those trainers, tap in with his doctors, tap in with his nutritionists. Yeah, Bronny has a really high ceiling. So shout out to the young king, man, and we hope to see him do great things.
For sure. Shout out Brian. Shout out Brian and Bronny.
Yeah, shout out to him. I want to go into some music though, quickly. Wale dropped a new record called Blanco, and I just want to say I haven't been seeing too many people talk about it as much, but this might be one of Wale's best singles, bro. Like for real, Wale. I
don't know. He got that single with Rihanna, man. That's
Wale,
my shit.
And that's a great song. The Bad song is amazing, but just from like a artistic standpoint, the song with Rihanna is more so like Wale's bag, like the girl record that's smooth with the nice hook. Like Wale has always done that. You got Lotus Flower Bomb, you got That Way with Jeremiah, you got Bad with Tiana Thomas. That's kind of always been Wale's bag. But what's so special about this new record is it's Wale singing on it, and he sounds really good. You know what I'm saying? The name of the record is called Blanco, and he's just talking about how, you know, he's dealing with the song deals with alcoholism. You know, he's saying, I'm finding myself in this bottle, drowning my sorrows with this Blanco and Sado. Obviously, he's talking about tequila, Blanco and Reposado. But it's a really good record, man. I think that Wale sounds in shape. He sounds like he's developed his pen a lot more. He sounds like really, really focused, man. So I'm super excited for whatever Wale is about to do. And on top of that, he's kind of been the forefront of rolling out the new Nike sneaker, the Nike GT Future.
Yeah.
He's been rocking all the different colorways and shit. Because y'all know when we was coming up, Wale was kind of one of the
Nike Techs
or Nike
foams. Boots, doing what I gotta do.
The foams.
In my Nike
he was
boots.
kind of like a pioneer for a lot of the fly Nike shit. So the fact that they kind of gave him the realm to like push this new sneaker that they have coming out, I think is genius, man. And shout out Wale because I mean, what a way to roll out your album through a Nike campaign. That's dope as fuck. So shout out Wale. I mean, that's all I had to say about that.
That's what's up. Shout out Wale. I don't ever feel like he wasn't in shape as far as an artist. I just feel like he's not pushed by the labels. That's all it is with Wale, bro. If he had a big push behind him like a lot of these other artists do, which he already did, you know, maybe he had his time already. But I think if he got another run, Wale could go.
Wale about to go. I feel like whatever this album is, it's about to be special. He just sounds like, you know, when you hear an artist and you're like, oh, like something is clicked for you. Like when I heard that new single, I was like, something's clicked. Like in the same way that something is clicking with Bronny, I think that same thing is happening with Wale, where he's like, he understands. Like I heard Wiz say something the other day where he was like in your 20s you're finding your superpowers and you have this superpower. He's like, I feel like in your 30s you cultivate that superpower and you learn how to use it better. And I think that's kind of what Wale is doing. He's learning how to use his superpowers better. And I think it's gonna make for a great fucking album. So shout out to Wale. And I'm super excited to hear the album, man, because that's one of those artists from the blog era that kinda in this new streaming era y'all play with his name a lot, is what I'll say. Y'all play with Wale's name a lot, but Wale one of them ones. So yeah, shout out to Wale, and yeah, excited to hear new music. But I think that's it for today, man. You want to take us out of here?
Yep. So you just finished watching another episode of the Man What podcast, starring me, Untamed, yeah, and starring my boy Khalil Jamal. Yes, you already know it go down every single time, man. We got so much more content coming for you. Yes, I just want to take this time out, like I said, to thank all of our new fans, all of our new subscribers. Yes. If you made it this far in the video, click one of these videos to the left or the right of the screen. You know, we got so much more videos, so much more content that we've been talking about. You know, just go ahead and find your favorite one, man. Shout out all of our fans. Shout out Gam Gam. This is her favorite podcast. Every single episode she tunes in. Yes. If you got some time, throw us on your big screen TV, man, and just rock out with us. You know what I'm saying? It's going to fuck down, man. We gonna see y'all later on the next episode of the Man What podcast. Man
What?
We out.
Peace.
Peace.